on, YouTubers? Suzuki Dre out here. There goes my bike. What I got it right now is I need to do a fork seal. This is a tutorial of how to change out the fork seal, because if you wheelie, your forks are going to be very dirty. So you're going to need to change out the fork seals. First thing you need to do is invest in the stand. You can pick up the stand right here. They have it at Cycle Gear, like $89. Had a coupon. I probably spent $66 for that. If you don't have a stand, what you can also use, because I'm changing out my boy's fork seal at the same time, get a beam, attach it to it. As long as your tire is off the ground and it is secure, and we're doing a lot of stuff to his bike right here. Not only are we doing fork seals, we're doing his brakes. He's doing a sprocket conversion on this bike right here. That's why he got the back off. We got the brakes that we're doing, sprocket conversion, one down, two up in the front. There goes his fork seals. So we're doing a lot here. First thing I definitely want to tell you is invest in the tools. Tell you, the shop's going to charge you, that's like $400 just to do your fork seals. I'm telling you right now. Maybe the tools, everything, probably is about like $50, no lie. That's including the fork seals and the fork seal driver. A lot of, if you have the basic tools, you can be able to change it, save money, put money in your pocket. As I said, first thing you want to do is suspend your bike. You're going to have to take off your tire. In order to take off your tire, you're going to have to do the nut. I already started it. You're going to have to take off your brakes. Make sure when you take off your brakes that you move them out the way. You're going to also have to do the screws right here. These are, if I'm not mistaken, a 10 millimeter. You'd be able to get that. Take that one off. You do it to both sides, and you're able to get that. What I would do once you have the tire off, put the spindle back exactly how you got it in that position. That way you don't lose anything. You ain't got to spend more money. To be able to get to the forks, before you actually do that, you're going to want to loosen this up. Not take it off all the way, but loosen this up. You're going to have to get to the forks. So to be able to drop your forks, you're going to have to unloosen your triple tree from here. You're also going to have to unloose your grips to where you have from here, your handlebars. Then there's one or two other screws that you're going to have to get to, which is 1 and 2. I would definitely tell you right now, those are definitely a lot hard to get to. But what you can do, ladies and gentlemen, like I told you, invest in some tools, Harbor Freight. These little socket, put it on, ratchet. You ain't got to keep moving and trying to do that. I was stupid until I got these, and this is what you need to get. Also, don't forget to take, kind of dark, but you have screws right here, and you have screws right here, and there's one on the back. Don't forget to take those off. If you don't take those off, it's not going to be able to come down. Once you have it off, give it a little twist. It might be a little stuck, then it should drop. Now if it drops, please make sure that you're trying to catch it from the other side to where you can be able to pull from this side and be able to catch it when it drops down. And there, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you take off your fork. You have it right there. Now, this is why I told you to make sure you, while it's still on, to tighten this up, because if you don't, you're not going to have anything to be able to grip to this. And this is why you loosen this just a little bit so you can be able to tighten up once you have your fork seals off. Now, once you unscrew it, you're going to be able to pull it down. You're going to need to take 2 open socket wrenches and be able to get this and that one out. So once you twist it in opposite directions, it'll come off. Once you have it off, you'll see you'll have a push pin, and this one, properly take both of them out. Please do not lose these, as these right here is part of your suspension, and it won't be acting right. You'll have 2 pins, once again, depending on which fork seals you got. For mines, you have 2 pins, and those ones right there. Once you have this, you find a bucket. You need a bucket because you're going to evacuate all the liquid out of it, and you're going to be quite surprised how much liquid is within this. And you're going to pump it. As you're pumping, you'll see some liquids come out, and you're going to keep pumping until you have all the liquids out. So I'll be pumping. Go all the way down, come up, you'll see all the liquids come out. and you'll see the liquids come out of there. That's why you're gonna have to clean it. Watch, you'll be quite surprised how the liquids. You're just gonna keep pumping till you seemingly got all the liquids out. You're gonna hear that. There's gonna be a lot of liquids out of there. So keep pumping until you have all the liquids out. It'll take a lot of pumping action, but once you have all the liquids, or what you think is all the liquids, continue pumping. You can let it drain into a pump. But once you have it, you're going to take a screwdriver and you're going to pry off what I call the dust seal right here. Put that in, give it a nice little twirl, and it'll pop off. So you're going to need to take the screwdriver multiple times around. It's not just going to pop off once you do it one time. You're going to have to go all the way around several times to make sure that you can properly take it off. And once you have it off, there you have it. Once you have your dust seal off, you have a metal clip inside, and you're going to go from one side, start on one side. Once you take that one off, you're going to take other side and be able to pop it off. Once you be able to pop that off, that is, you're closer to getting your fork seals done. This is what it's going to look like. That is holding on, or what you're trying to fish out by popping off. Once you have your dust seal and the cap off, what you're going to do is you're actually going to take this and this side right here, and you're going to pull apart, trying to get it out, and that way you can pop off the dust seal, and you're going to be able to pop off some little items on the inside that has to go over the dust shield. So once again, take this part with the other part, extend it going out this way, this part going up, and you should be able to get to it. Once again, this part going down, this part going up, and it should be able to pop off. Once you pull it off, that is what you have right here. As I said, it's still going to be leaking. You thought you were done, but it's not. What you have in essence is your dust shield, or your actual, what is actually leaking is this one right here. So that's what you're going to have to actually replace, is that is actually allowing the other oil to seep in, and that's how you got to replace, you know, your fork seals. This is your fork seal, and this is all the things that's going to hold your fork seal on, different things like that. So you're going to have to, in order to get the fork seals off, you're going to have to remove this, and this will slide right off. Now, you can try to use a screwdriver, but I'm telling you right now, if you use a screwdriver, you're going to mess this up. Invest in the tool, moves it open just a little bit, doesn't add a little thing, so you don't distort that. If you distort it, you're going to have to buy another one. So go ahead and invest in the tool. Once again, one of these, Harbor Freight, like $6. Invest in that. That way you can properly take it off, because if you use a screwdriver, it's going to distort it. Now, something I would do is make sure that you properly store it, stack it in whatever way that you can know. Your dust seal being the bottom. On top of that is the actual circle, then another one, and another one. By doing this, we'll properly be able to reinstall it just in reverse order. Now, once again, I always say you want to invest in tools. This is like $30. You can get on eBay, different size. Make sure you have the right size that's going to fit your fork seals. Now, if you don't have this, that's where the actual other one, the one that's broke, you can actually use that to actually seat your fork seals back on once you have your fork seals. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, invest in the tools, fork seal driver, and I guarantee it's going to make it that much easier. While you have everything off, once again, this will be the time. Again, if you have everything, clean your tools. Make sure everything is clean, polished. Clean this right here, clean that, clean the inside of the tubes, everything like that, because this is going to be the next time you're going to clean it, unless you have a fork seal. But clean off everything, and you can also replace this, because depending on what you have, it comes in that, you'll take that off and replace that too. And that's your dust seal. Make sure when you're installing it, you're doing the taper edge. If you see right here, it has a taper edge. The taper edge is on the top part right here. That side goes up on this, because it's going to go back into the fork seal that's going to come down and up. So you're going to have the taper edge on the top side, the flat edge on the bottom side. Okay. Now you're going to have your reinstall your fork seals. Make sure you're going to have to get it over this right here. And you need to take your time when sliding it down to your fork seals. You're going to reinstall exactly how you stack the fork seals and all the other components, you're going to reinstall it back in just in reverse order. So as you see the stuff, the fork seal is up at the top because you don't want to drive it with that one. Right now you have to get in all the stuff that's right here actually into it, and that's where the fork seal driver that I have right here, you're going to use that to actually force on top of the thing and actually push it through to pass all the things. As you have the fork seal driver, remember the fork seal is up here. You're going to use the fork seal driver, or you can use the other one, but once again, the fork seal driver is best, especially if you just use the other one. Cut it, because it's not going to be worth anything. Cut it, and once you have that one, if you still have the other one, slip it on top. You can use that to actually drive it down to make sure that you don't mess up this fork seal. Use your old one. Now once you have driven in, remember, now I'm going to use my fork seal, which I've already have. Remember, that's the dust shield. Fork seal, once I drove in the other thing, and my fork seal is now right here. And you're going to drive it in, and it's going to make a noise. Once it becomes seated, it will make a certain noise, and this is how you'll know. Once it's seated, it can't go anymore, and that's where you're going to reinstall that clip, that C-clip that installs in that one. But just make sure that it's properly seated in your actual fork seal. Once you have properly seated your fork seal with your fork seal driver, you're going to reinstall this clip, making sure that it is properly inside and these edges actually attached to the inside so it doesn't come up. If you're not sure if it goes in, you'll hear it click in. Usually you start with the back side, click in the back side like this. Once you click in the back side, you simply hold it and you'll be able to go in and you'll hear it click to make sure that you know that it is in. Once again, you can reuse a screwdriver that will help you to know that it is actually in. So a screwdriver, something of that sort, will help out to make sure that you know it's in. Screwdriver, simply just push it in, you'll hear it click. There's the click. The other side, that's the other click. Simple as that. Once you have your dust shield, you're going to go ahead and reinstall it. Even pressure and pushing all the way down on each side, all the way down. So once you have it, everything already seated, you're going to take your fork oil, pour it inside this tube, and once you pour it inside the tube, you are going to extend it up. Once again, you're going to extend it up, pour it inside, and you're going to pour the liquid inside, and you're going to cycle it a couple times till the oil disappears. You're going to have to do this 2 or 3 times. Check your specs of how much oil to put it in so you do not overfill it or underfill it. Remember, as you're cycling through it and putting it in, putting oil and cycling up, don't forget about your pin. And you're going to take your top that you had, screw it back on, not too tight, but you're going to be able to screw it on so you can be able to cycle this up and down with your top on it. Once you have cycled through your fork oil, you have it all done. Only thing you have to do is reinstall it with the tires, taking everything, reinstall it back onto your motorcycle.